welcome to Knobcat Games Dungeons of the Obelisk podcast. I'm your host, Joe Sleppy. I'm Executive Prime at Knobcat Games, and this podcast is our audio devlog where we get together every 2 weeks and we talk about the progress of our game, which is Dungeons of the Obelisk, a 2D turn-based dungeon crawling loot grinding adventure. And I'm joined today by our art lord, Ben Segas.
Hello.
And our digital alchemist, TJ Yadacernia.
Hello.
I don't know. Let's just get right into it. The server update is we are all three logged in and we can see each other in town.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few little bugs, but man, it's some exciting progress.
Yeah, I would say over the past few weeks, as kind of, I guess, tedious as it's been, it's definitely a ton of progress made, because I know last podcast, all there was like a white cube that just moved around the area. But now we're at a point where you got the player's name, you got the player, you got their full character appearance, you got their armor set, and you got the whatever wardrobe they got on. So
yeah, it looks like it's supposed to. You know, there's still a glitch where your own character has two. I mean, I guess it's not a glitch, but it's just something you haven't worked on yet. But you still have two copies of your own character. But as far as you and Ben standing in town, it looks exactly like it should. Oh, Ben just went sliding off the screen.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at my inventory.
Yeah, so whenever you click on a button, like on the screen, your character actually slides to the button. So that's a little bit of a bug yet, but otherwise, it's really exciting.
yeah, it's definitely nice to finally see that players are able to like actually see each other in town, and they're actually doing what they're supposed to, moving around.
Yeah, I just changed my helmet. Does that show up on you guys' thing or not yet?
You still have sunglasses on my screen.
Okay.
Yeah, at the moment, some of the I guess updating mid-game isn't really being done. Like,
Gotcha.
if you change your armor, nothing happens.
Okay.
If you change your appearance through the scroll, nothing would happen either.
Gotcha.
Until you like relog.
Yeah, if you change it, exit out, come back, then it'll update itself.
Yeah, something like that isn't like too critical. You know, I guess you want to know what your character looks like to everyone else. But yeah, as far as this goes, this is like some exciting progress.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so cool being able to see people. Like, it feels like there's been some like milestones in the progress where like it just feels like, you know, like the first time Ben's art got in there and like some stuff like that. Like, it just feels like, wow, this is like getting more real. And this is definitely one of those moments. Like, being able to see other people walking around in our game is nuts.
Yeah, I feel like there's always been like that small bit of multiplayer that's been in for a while, primarily just through the friends list, but now that you can see each other in town, it looks like a full multiplayer game.
Yeah, like I had been thinking about like, man, is this multiplayer stuff like worth it right now? Should we have just put out like single player and added that stuff later? But I think this is so worth it. Like, this takes the game to the next level. You know, whenever you're playing it, it feels like other people are playing it, you know, instead of just like an empty world.
Town's finally gonna have like a full collection of residents. So this stuff's gonna have to be fixed, watching your characters slide around a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a little buggy yet, but man, it's so good. I noticed that the server element doesn't seem to be as fast as my actual character. So like today is... Oh no, we don't have any... What would I have? Oh, I would have my movement speed boost just from being level 10. So I move faster. It looks like the server element just moves at the default like 1x speed. And then I'm moving at like, you know, a little bit faster than that.
Yeah, like your animation is going very fast.
Yeah, you're animating at a much faster speed than either one of us.
Yeah, you're both level 1, so let me look. I want to see what my movement speed actually is. Yeah, I have 143.7%, so I guess I'm like 50% faster than you guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say something like the server seems to load your character at a slower rate, which that would have been concerning if it's delayed.
When I first logged in, I did notice that like I loaded in and then it took like a second, but I don't remember exactly how it worked. I do remember like seeing my character pop in though, but I don't think that's an issue because it's just like everybody knows you have to load into a game.
Yeah, I gotta give it like a better loading screen, because as is, you load in, you see your character, and then you see the other you load in seconds afterwards.
Yeah.
Then you get stuck with two of yourself.
So the copy of yourself, the one is the server element that everybody can see, and then one is you in the actual game. So you're gonna get rid of you in the actual game and just have the server element, right?
Yeah, because the whole point of that actual you that moves around is purely the visual aspect of it. Like, it's not like that character did anything. It's just was a way for you to see, this is my character, he is actively moving in the world. So, now that there's two of you, but one of them's like a server version of yourself, I just gotta get rid of the old guy.
Right, it's pretty neat.
Glad that even the, like, particles and extra animations seem to work just fine. I wasn't sure if the artifact would be working out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the artifact's got its flames on it. My Mr. Donut looks good. You have the legendary bow with the leaves coming off of it.
Yep.
That looks really good.
One thing
I have the battle axe with the blood flying everywhere.
I did leave this one out because it takes a little bit more because of how the companion works, but the companion doesn't go through the server at the moment. Like, I can't see your companion.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see my...
I was gonna say. Because I have a companion too, so if you're not seeing that, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, I had to put that one off to the side, because the companion is slightly more complex since it's able to move around on its own, kind of separately from the player.
Right. Yeah, I can see Ben's companion on the friends list.
Oh yeah, a less exciting feature. Or actually, no, I guess it could be an exciting one. Not as large a feature, because it didn't have much to add in, but on the bulletin board, the help page, it's got the Twitch page, Twitch link.
Oh, that is pretty exciting. It's neat that we have that now. When you go, it's kind of empty unless you click on videos, and then you can see all my streams.
I haven't actually... I added the link, and it's got like the Twitch thing and everything, but I haven't actually clicked on it in game. Make sure it works.
Yeah, it opens up.
It works.
Yeah.
Dungeons of the Obelisk.
Yeah, it is awesome to have that stuff in game so that, people know we have a Twitch presence and stuff like that. And then that takes it, you can see anybody that's streaming the game. Like, once it goes live and other people are streaming it, it'll link to, just everybody. So that's pretty cool.
Nice. I
can't wait to watch other people stream my own game, and then I can be in the chat and be like, oh hey, I made this.
I do kind of wonder. I was kind of thinking about this because it's called the help page, but not a lot of it's actual help at this point. I feel like
it could just be some info or something. I mean, the monster index is help. Discord is kind of help. That's where you can go to ask questions. We also have the send a report, so that's definitely help. The Knobcat website is, I don't know how helpful. It's maybe more like information, but help and info.
Yeah, fair enough. It might actually make more sense as the term help.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else you would put there that wouldn't be too long.
Oh yeah, because information is a longer word, and the space itself is kind of limited for the wording.
Yeah, I think the question mark kind of, that's where you go to get more information about everything, help on stuff. I think it works out.
Tried to look at the monster index, but I haven't actually killed anything on this character.
Oh yeah. I should check it out, because there were a few bugs that I noticed swapping back and forth from my two accounts. I'm curious. Yeah, my monster index looks okay. I've killed 232 Caruzerans.
Jesus.
My wardrobe bugged out, so I had every single thing in my wardrobe unlocked, and now like I'm back to like most of it's locked again. I think it was because I logged into my other account and back to this one.
Yeah, some of those things definitely got to be checked. I would hate to be playing and then have the entire wardrobe just get reset.
Yeah. Can you like unlock that manually through the server somehow?
Through the server on my own, no, but it might be a good idea to add like a dev panel button that does that.
I just meant for like maybe in the future if that bug does happen to a player, you know, they can report it and
oh yeah,
you can put them back where they were.
Technically I can. It's just a lot of work on my part on a per player
yeah, you
basis.
probably have to like click every item. Like
I would have to like manually go into their save file. I would have to add a word basically of the name of the item for every item.
Yeah, hopefully we can just get that straightened out before we launch. It won't be a problem.
Yeah, that would be preferable.
I did notice another little menu bug, one of those weird things where like most people would never click things in this order, but when you do, it messes stuff up. So if you open the wardrobe and then you don't close the wardrobe and you click on something else, like for example settings, and then exit out of that, when you go to the blacksmith, your wardrobe is there instead of the blacksmith menu.
This is quite the order of events. Oh yeah, it is.
It's like not something you would normally do, but I do like click out of stuff with those buttons on the left sometimes, like if I'm in my inventory and then I need to go to something else. That's how I found it, I guess.
It's typically how bugs are found. You just play it normally and then one small thing later, break the game.
Yeah, speaking of breaking stuff, I don't know if anybody tried to use the website in the past week and a half, but I guess for any of the listeners that maybe tried to go there and couldn't, this gets me every year. So I know we've talked about this on the podcast before, but there's like an SSL certificate that you have to like do stuff with to make your site available. You know, when you go to a site and it has that green lock at the top that like lets you know it's secure, that's there because of like an SSL certificate. And every year you have to renew that and re-upload it or something. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's so complicated. It sounds like it shouldn't be that hard. Like you just go and you pay for it and you get this code and you put it where it's supposed to go, but it never works. And like I thought I had it this year. Like it told me I needed to renew like a month before it was due, and I did it. And then when that month was up and it expired, it like took the site down because I apparently didn't do it right. So the site was down for like a week and a half, and I was like fighting with it trying to get it back up. So I don't know. I ended up upgrading our account so that I have the paid version where they do it for you. So I had to wait a couple days for them to actually do it for me, but I think it was well worth the little bit extra each month. So hopefully our site doesn't go down again.
Yeah, sheesh.
That reminds me of the portfolio website that I have. It's using Wix and that thing. I think I got an email recently saying that like my subscription on it is about to expire and I gotta pay them to keep my website up.
Oh yeah. I mean, usually if you have like a website, you do have to pay yearly for the domain name, and then also you usually have to pay for hosting depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, mine might be more of like a domain name thing.
Yeah, you usually buy a domain name for like yearly, or you can usually sometimes get a couple years at a time, but I don't know. It's like so complicated. You know, even the things that like say they're gonna make it easy, like the account that I have is literally called Easy WordPress, but it is not easy. It's like so complicated to me. Maybe like some other people like get it and it's not so bad for them, but like every time I'm on that thing, I fight with it. It's like such a weird thing, like having to renew those certificates and stuff. I usually recommend to people to just use Tumblr as their like website building thing, because it's basically like WordPress where you have a blog and then you can make other pages with like whatever you want on them, and then you have like the menu at the top where you can select stuff, and it looks almost like WordPress. So like for my music on my clone334.com, like it's just using Tumblr. It's like free hosting, and it is like you don't have to mess with like security or anything like that. It's like so much easier.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered something about, speaking of like losing stuff. I almost had a huge issue in the game. Because we have this, I guess, like little data collection that holds all of the armor sprites and how should that sprite be applied to your character, and if it's animated, what animation does it grab? So while I'm trying to get the network stuff working, the list of sprites things got reset.
Oh no.
Just every single one of them, and this is, I think, over 100 different sprite items that were set up, just gone. And luckily we used the GitHub quality control to prevent something like that from happening. But when I went on to it to reset the problem, it didn't have any changes listed. Basically, the system didn't recognize the fact that I ended up resetting it on accident. That was a very annoying time, because I was thinking to myself, like, if I gotta fill in this whole list, this is gonna take hours. This is gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't let me reset it back to normal. I don't know what I did, but after messing around with it a little bit, it seemed like it recognized the fact that this list had gotten emptied out when it wasn't supposed to. So I saved myself from a few stressful hours after struggling and fighting with this.
Oh yeah. That's really scary. Yeah, from the beginning, that's been one of the things that I've like worried about. So like that's why we have like GitHub and like the sync folder and stuff, and then all that stuff is supposed to have like histories on it. Hopefully it prevents anything like that from actually happening.
Yeah, more often than not, GitHub works great. It's really good at tracking your changes and making sure you don't lose anything, but in that one instance, for some reason, it just didn't think anything changed.
I'm glad it came back, because that would have been, I mean, it took like a lot of work to get all of those in, and we did it kind of like over time, so like having to do them all at once would have been
miserable.
Rough. Yeah.
Yeah, they always got close.
Trying to think if we have anything else to discuss. There's been a lot of work for you, but, you know, didn't really generate that many podcast topics, but it is awesome to have everybody in town. That's kind of been the thing we've been talking about for a while now, is just like being able to see people in town. It kind of feels like it should be like a smaller thing, because you can see people in lots of games, but it's a tougher thing to implement than it seems.
Yeah, it is such a roundabout process to do it. I was not expecting it to be as complicated as it was, because it's like you got to get the server, you get the player in the server, and then the server creates the player, but then the player updates themselves and sends it to the server, so the server can send it to other people.
Yeah.
And it was just that process of making sure that that data was being passed around in this weird circle of server stuff without breaking anything. I'd say probably the hardest part was making sure that whatever I do to my character doesn't affect anybody else's characters at the same time. Because I remember that's what we had before.
To me, that's the scariest thing about it, is like somebody being able to mess with someone else's character that they shouldn't be able to mess with. Like, that seems awful.
Yeah, somebody else, like, I guess, has semi-control of your account, start deleting items from your inventory without being aware of it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. The thing that we have with like the multiple accounts on the same computer is a little scary too. Like, I hope we get that sorted soon where they don't affect each other. Speaking of that, did you figure out being able to make Steam purchases on different accounts?
Oh yeah, we did talk about that last time. I did figure it out. It was surprisingly not as bad or roundabout a method as I was expecting. Turns out PlayFab has a feature in it, just force the connection link to happen, where if you bounce between accounts while connected to the same Steam account, it'll just unlink that account from Steam and relink the new one, which doesn't create any issues in any way. It seems to work perfectly fine.
That's awesome. It's always good when something like just works for once.
Yeah, for as annoying as the server stuff is, and annoying as PlayFab can be, I'm glad this one seems to just kind of work. Yeah, maybe that was a big one we had talked about, making sure that if a player did have more than one account, it actually functions.
Yeah, because it was weird when I couldn't make different Steam account or different accounts, and I couldn't make the purchases. We'll see if this other account works.
On the same computer?
Yep, I just logged out. I'm logging in now. Can you still see me in town?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say your character's still here. I guess that's something that's gotta be fixed.
Oh yeah, I logged out. I'm logging in as someone else now.
It's weird. It's supposed to, I guess, like automatically delete the character when you log out, but I guess it doesn't.
Huh. I don't see anybody, and I don't have a server element, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be fixed. Try closing the game and coming back.
Alright.
It kind of sounds like it doesn't fully disconnect you when you log out.
Yeah, it seems like logging out doesn't actually log you out.
That's always fun.
It's taking a little bit to log in. Alright, I'm back in, and I don't have a server element.
Alright.
Am I still in town with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. Let's see if I can make a Steam purchase.
I wonder if that would work at the very least. I don't know, it is weird that your character doesn't appear. Is even connecting.
Yeah, it looks like I still can't buy anything. I wonder if it's because I made this character like when it was and logged in and it was broken for me before. Like I bet if I made a new character it would work.
Yeah, there might just be something in it that's broken.
Yeah, maybe you can like delete this guy for me. And I can remake it, maybe. That actually didn't work with the other 2 accounts that I have. So I'm up to 4 accounts now, and the only one that fully works is my first one.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be fixed up. I'll have to see what's going on with the Steam thing, because it did say online, just put this little bit in. It works, and it seems like it was working when put it in the code, but it could just be like that account might be having an error or some other fun issue.
I have lots of emails for different stuff, so I can make another one here in a minute. Maybe we'll wrap up the podcast and then we can mess with that afterwards. So if you listen to the end of this podcast, thank you so much for your interest in our game. If you've made it this far and you're not in our Discord, definitely check out knobcat.com, find the link to the Discord. The site should be back up now. If it's not, let me know. Maybe, I don't know how you would do that. I guess maybe through our Twitter and Instagram, both at Dungeons Obelisk. Another thing that I want to start asking for at the end of the episodes is wherever you're listening to this, leave a review. If you're in Spotify, you can give us 5 stars and say something that you like about the show. That would be awesome, because that helps us show up, and other people maybe would find the game through that, and just makes me feel good too, seeing those reviews. And then I also, whenever TJ puts out a new build every 2 weeks, I usually play test for a while on Twitch, and that's at twitch.tv/StarRambler, and you can usually get updates about that whenever in the Discord whenever I go live. And I think that's everything. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
See you.
Bye.